Greetings Earth people, this is a video hoping to show you, or at least give you some idea of how you play Sara by Fleetwood Mac on a guitar. I'm going to show you a couple of ways if I can fit it in the next 15 minutes because I don't want to make this a long video. Start off with your capo on fret 3, standard tuning. Standard as in E, A, D, G, B, E, but now with it capoed off, if you are tuning up to this, it's going to be G on your E string, it's going to be C on your A string, it's going to be reading as F on your D string, it's going to be reading as, I reckon that's a B flat. It is a B flat on your G, it's going to be a D on your B string and another G on your top E. So we're going to sound like that. Okay, so capo 3, standard tuning, and we're just going to start off with picking off of a D chord shape. Sorry. Okay, all you're doing is down picking. Okay, well actually I'm just kind of doing a staggered, what would you call a sweep pick, where you push the pick through the strings. So you don't even need to go pick, 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 because that's silly, you don't need to do it, you just push it through. Okay, and then slide that up to frets, the new fret 4 and 5, I believe, the new fret 4 and 5 after the capo. Still with the D bass, and then shift it to fret, the new fret 6, 7, 8, no, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's 5, 6 and 7. That looks like a D minor shape, doesn't it? And then go back onto the right. That's the introduction part of the song. And I think if you listen to the keyboard part that it's based on, they kind of backtrack on the middle note sometimes. Like this. Oops. Okay, here's the tricky bit, the bit that sounds really super easy on the piano, and is, it actually goes like this. That's so far so good, that's pretty easy. You're just playing a D chord, and then you're throwing the 2/3 of an A shape, but still keeping the D in the bass. So technically we'd call that A over D, but technically really where we are with the capo, that's going to read something like C over B flat. Let's not worry what it really is and just pretend it's D and A, okay? D with a D bass, A with a D bass. Then I need to throw a B minor. And now I'm going to throw this. So now I'm playing it, basically it looks a bit like an A chord with a B in the bass. So I'm going to spell where I am here for you. This is the 2nd fret of the A string, middle finger. Leave the next string open, and then the next string is at fret 2. Okay, and then the next string after that, which is the B string, is also at fret 2. So you're going to go B minor through to that tricky fella. It's maybe easier to pivot. That's horrible to do. The next one's even more horrible because you're going to throw me a D chord shape with a G bass. So again, the middle finger goes to the 3rd fret along, which would be a G if we didn't have a capo on. And then you're going to throw the D chord shape now with a half bar covering the D, G, B strings. Ring finger slips in between where it normally would be this finger. Yeah, it still is this finger. Okay, so that's your first shape, that's your D with the G bass, and now you need to do this. So the trickiness of this is catching 2 strings with the tip of your finger going in between. This is an alien concept to me, or was until someone showed it me. So you're trapping 2 strings with the tip of your index finger, the G and the B string, right there on the 2nd fret next to it, and you're catching them both. So instead of having separate fingers on like so, one finger on those both. And then we still need to have that G in the bass. So we're going to go. That's really hard to do. It takes time, so be patient with yourself. And then we're just going to go for good old-fashioned D chord with an A bass. And then the A, but keeping the D in the equation. So, oops, and then I'm going to do that again. Bit of the song. Here's the next fun part for you, where it goes like this. This bit goes around quite a lot. It was the chords I showed you at the start, and then what we have to do is we're gonna now put a D on the A string. Sorry, we're gonna put, yeah, it actually physically is a D, but it looks like a B, as if you're capping after the capo. So it's like I'm playing a D chord with these three fingers, adding that in on the second fret, still going from there. Now the next shape I've got to do is keeping this here, sliding that D form up to the new fret 4 and 5. So it's literally, and then I'm going to go over for the D minor shape using index. This is on the new fret 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then your little finger on fret 7 on the B, your middle finger on fret 6 on the G, and then bring the one finger you've got left over onto the fret 7 of the A string, and still hit 6 strings. I think that sounds delightful. So string it together. This is the fun bit, folks. Whoops, my bad. Try that again. Sorry. So it goes. Whoops. And again. All polite and nice off the D. Now full throat, full throttle with the E underneath the bass. And then back to for the faint-hearted, but it's fun trying. Hope that was helpful to somebody. I'm going to show you actually while I'm at it my tab which I've got, and you can screenshot it. I'm sharing my tab now. You can screenshot this. Look, this is the opening bit where you're playing the D chord shape, sliding up to 4-5-4, up to 6-7-5, back to 4-5-4. Okay, that's that bit. That goes on and on and on. Then here's the chord shapes. Screenshot that bit. Okay. Okay, and then it gives you the B minor 11, it calls it. Okay, moves on. And then you've got the D with the G bass. It's calling it A add 11 over G. Finally the regular D with the A in the bass deliberately, and then A add 11, and then the last and nastiest bit of all, the D, E with the D bass. We're calling that D major 7, and then we're calling the next bit. Yeah, that happens again. And what happens here? This is where we go. It's not displaying properly on the diagram because you've got to put your second finger on the A string, sliding the, and then. Whoops. So I hope you're getting all of this. I'm going to stop sharing now and go back to me. Okay, if you found that in any way useful, drop me a comment, and that's it. Bye for now. Ta-ra for now.